Well, if you love film and especially documentaries, you have a chance to experience the passion of a filmmaker for free. Yvette Johnson is a co-producer of Booker's Place, A Mississippi Story, and welcome to Sonoran Living, Yvette.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Now, this all started from you taking a class, a family history class at ASU. Tell me about that.
Yeah, exactly. It was a family history writing course at ASU, and one of the assignments was to interview a family member of a certain age, and I interviewed my aunt, and she talked about her father, my grandfather, who I'd never met, in a way that was just kind of magical, and it planted a seed that just sprouted in me. I wanted to know more about him.
Yeah, you used that word yesterday. She brought the magic to him, and it just propelled you to learn more and more about him. So what did you learn about him that you had to make into a documentary?
Well, I learned that he appeared in a film in 1966. It was sort of a news program, kind of like a one-hour show, but what he did was he talked about what it felt like to be on the receiving end of racism. And so it was amazing because he wasn't volatile, he wasn't angry. I mean, it was a very tense time in 66 in the South. But he really just sort of removed his outer shell and just exposed himself and said, this is why it hurt, this is why we're doing this.
Wow. All right, let's take a look and a listen.
So it was a dangerous
knowing
time.
all of that, he still told the truth and didn't hide from it. That tells you about his bravery and what we saw in him as a dad.
That's your mom and your aunt. Now, what happened from him telling the truth? Tell our viewers what ended up happening to him in his life.
Sure. Well, he'd been working for 25 years at a restaurant on the white side of town serving white customers. And the night that the film aired, most of the customers were watching it on television, and they immediately said that they did not want him to wait on them. And then the phone began to ring, and it was customers calling in saying, we never want him to wait on us again. And so he left. His job of 25 years ended, and then a few days later, he was actually pistol whipped by a white police officer.
They didn't want him waiting on him anymore because he spoke his mind.
Right.
And they had no idea that he had been serving them for years and had no idea that that's how he really felt.
Exactly.
And they were angry about that.
Exactly.
So he went on to do amazing things.
He really did. I mean, the Head Start program came to Greenwood, and he realized that most of the kids living out in the countryside, living on the plantations that surrounded Greenwood, would have no way to get to the Head Start program. So he bought a bus, a full-size school bus, and he would drive each morning to these plantation towns and pick up kids, bring them to the Head Start program, and then take them home in the afternoon.
You must be so amazed and so proud, and you really did this for your sons. I mean, you said to me you wanted them to really understand, you know, who they are and where they're from, and have a sense of purpose from their life. What do you want the audience to walk away with after seeing your documentary?
I think probably the two biggest things that always really strike me about this story are, first off, just the power of an individual. You know, it was just this one man saying how he felt, and it made such a huge difference in his town. But the other thing I think is that, you know, oftentimes when we have conversations that are informed by race, they can get really volatile. But what he did was he said, look, this is how it feels. So I think just remembering that there are people on the other side of an argument. And it's not just the argument, it's a person, and trying to find that common humanity.
And you must have walked away with so much more.
Yo, I sure did. Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of him, and you know, I sort of was hoping just to learn family stories to give to my children. I had no idea that I'd be able to gift them with the story of a hero.
Oh, it's amazing. And you know what? And congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so in awe that you were able to take, you know, your own personal story and put it up on a big screen for everybody to learn from. So thank you, Yvette.
I had lots of help.
I am sure. I know you did. I know you did. But you were the inspiration. So I can see where you get it from too. Probably from your grandfather. All right. So the film is actually going to be seen, or you can see it for free tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Tempe Center for the Arts. Actually, I'm sorry, that's on Thursday, but we do have all of the information on our website, so you can enjoy the film and the documentary yourself. All right, thank you so much, Yvette.
Thank you for